Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Show Me How It's Done. I'm sorry that we're not going on at our regular time, which is noon, Mountain Standard Time, but I have a field trip that I'm going on with one of my little guys today, so I did want to do our video and still be able to craft with you, but I'm going to Safety City in a little bit, so he and I are going to get ready to go right away. But what I have for you today is a really cute masculine card. I don't know about you, but I really struggle sometimes having masculine cards in my stash. I am very good at overwhelming myself with feminine cards or wedding or all occasions, but I don't have specific masculine cards. So today what I wanted to use is a standalone die set that is in our new 2022 to 2023 annual catalog. These are called the Rugged Icons dies. There is not a stamp set that goes with them. However, we are going to combine them for a sentiment with the He's All That bundle. So I'll show you that later, but I wanted to show you the dies. I'm only using the guitars on this card, but it's a very easy card for you to replicate and do something perhaps like the drills or the beard with the same layout. And then of course the mountain scene and the fishing rod are great standalone projects. Sorry guys. Therein, I'm busy. Please go out for now. Have him home until we're leaving. Okay, so let's get going. I have my card pieces are all cut and ready to go. So I'm gonna just move this out of the way and this up to the corner here for you. So if you'd like to follow along, I have put all the measurements for the cards and the supplies in the description, but I'll give them to you as we chat as well. So I have my Sahara sand card base. This originally was a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock, and I've put a score mark down the middle at 4 1/4. So that makes my card just open and shut, like so. Now I do need 2 pieces of early espresso. One is going on the inside of my card and one's going to stay on the outside. So both are cut the same measurements. They're 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to do a little bit of embossing just on the one on the front. So you can use any sort of subtle embossing folder. A current one that we have right now is called Timeworn type, and it just gives you a really subtle look in the background of your card. And I'm also going to show you how to get this kind of rough edge look on it in just a second. But let's cut one more piece. This is going on the inside of the card for something to write on. So this piece of Very Vanilla is 3 3/4 by 5. So I like to just go ahead and get my inside pieces attached, and then I will show you how we're going to design the front of this card. It's very simple, and it's really easy for you to kind of make maybe a few of them at the same time, because you're going to do almost the same amount of work. So it's a really nice one to kind of put in your stash. And I like the sentiment, the love this guy. You can use this card then for anything like a birthday or anniversary or Father's Day, you know, which is coming up too. So anything you like. But I guess he'd have to be musical or like music, one of the two. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this piece, on the inside. Usually I just put maybe a piece of vanilla, but I thought it's it kind of blends a little too much with the Sahara sand. So I really like this espresso buffer all the way around. And you could always come in and maybe use something from the He's All That stamp set and stamp that in here too. Maybe like if it was a Father's Day card, wishing you happy Father's Day, or hello handsome, something like that. But it is great just by itself as well. Okay, now this piece here. It's great just with the texture, but for masculine cards, I like to rough them up a little bit. So I just take a pair of scissors and I just open them up like this. And I'm going to just start running this over the edge. You can see I'm going to make a bit of a mess, see? But that's okay. Let's keep going. Just keep those pieces kind of pinched between your fingers so you're holding it upright. But this just really breaks up that paper, and you can see the difference between this nice ruffled edge and the standard kind of straight edge. And I think especially for a masculine card, it's really nice to kind of break our texture mold sometimes and give them something else to look at. So here we go. You can do this as much or as little as you want. I've just kind of briefly gone over the edge. You'll have to kind of sweep away your workspace, and that's okay. When you have this piece done to your satisfaction, we're going to pop it up on dimensionals. So decide which side you'd like as the front. Doesn't really matter. And putting that up on dimensionals. I am going to put quite a few of them on because of the detail of my texturing. I kind of want this well supported. There we go. And this can go on the front of the card, like so. Okay, now for your details. So you can probably tell I'm using the guitar die from the Rugged Icons set, but how did I do it? So the easiest thing for you to do right now is, if you have it, grab your adhesive sheets and mount them onto the backs of some strips of cardstock. Okay, so you'll take one side off so it's sticky and then put the other here. So this in essence is turned into a sticker. So now when I run my little guitar through, which I have done already, so voila, they are now turned into two stickers that I can pick apart, and I can either assemble in kind of a solid yellow and blue format, or you can mix and match and have a little bit of fun. So if you're wondering about colors, I have used crushed curry and mint macaron for my guitar pages here. And then this little sign is also using Cajun Craze. So I'm gonna mix up my guitars because I do think they look better that way. So just keep one kind of in place, rest them both where you'd like them to be, and then lift one up. And start with the outline of the guitar. You're gonna want to put that in place, and then you can put the other pieces inside of it, okay? So it's just a little bit of fine detail work here for one guitar, like so. And then do the same thing, peeling off just that outside piece for the other one. So if you're somebody who doesn't really like finicky work, this would also be a cool look. You could easily add your little banners and have your card done just like this. Oh, I did mine opposite this time. I don't like that because I did this for a reason. Sorry. The easy thing about adhesive sheets is they can come off. Yay! Okay, sorry. I had this for a reason. The upright one on the left, and the other one facing down on the right, simply because I want all of those sentiments to go over top. Okay, so now to fill in the blanks, you've got all of these fun sticker pieces. So it's just kind of like a puzzle. You're just taking the backings off them. If they're giving you any trouble, feel free to grab the Take Your Pick tool or even a pair of scissors, and that will help you just kind of gently lift the backing off. Try to keep a nail just for this occasion. There, and they fit perfectly because, you know, they're made for this. So don't be afraid to use both the insides and the outsides of your pieces. But this is why I suggest making it a sticker, because running this through with paper and then trying to keep track of all the little pieces and gluing them in could get really tedious. So those adhesive sheets are going to be your best friend. There we go. Okay. So there we are. There's my two guitars. Now, I mentioned earlier, I'm bringing in the He's All That bundle. So I've got this fun little sentiment, love this guy, that I'm using early espresso ink. And I have put that on top of my 3 colored cardstocks. So I've got mint macaron, crushed curry, and Cajun Craze. And you don't even have to fussy cut these because there is a die right here that cuts them out for you. Okay, so just stamp 3 of them, run them through your cut and emboss machine, and you're good to go. So I have done that. I have 3 of them right here, and I'm going to pop them up on dimensionals because I want them kind of to be a nice focus piece. So just a couple dimensionals on the back there, and the mini ones will fit perfectly. You don't even have to hide them. So just make sure you're using the small ones, otherwise you'll have to cut the large ones in half. Okay, and then they can go on in any order that you like. It's completely up to you. I just kind of played around and found an order that I preferred, and I started just kind of up near the top of the guitar and then worked my way down, okay, leaving the tiniest of little gaps in between them. And this last one is going to go over the bottom there. There. So there is a fun little retro card. I don't know about you, but this reminds me of that 70s show, which I don't know if you heard, there's a show coming out called That 90s Show, which is, you know, everyone 20 years later, and I'm really excited to see it because I just grew up on that 70s show. So here are 2 masculine cards for you. If you would like to do something different and dress them up, you could always add a few of our rustic metallic dots. These are also found in the catalog, and I've put the number in the description for you. So you can see the difference. It just kind of blings it up a little bit, something masculine and not too overwhelming. And then if you want to go crazy and bring in more guitars because you're having so much fun, maybe you turn your card around and put your guitars kind of across the horizon, and then this way you can add 2 more of them. So this is like our original card design here, these 2. And then what I've done is I've just added a Sahara sand and Cajun Craze guitar, switch those around, and I've got a nice set. So there you go. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is like my favorite time because I get to just make a card and share it with you, and you know, it can be whatever I'm feeling. But I hope that you love it. I hope that you have a need for a masculine card in your life and you can play around with this design. And I'm really excited to see if you use some of the other dies. Maybe post a picture in the comments and share that with everyone as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. If you are in Canada, I do have some kits left for my monthly card club, which is also next week. I can mail kits out across Canada, or you can come to my house in Edmonton and craft with me. Those kits are $15 or free with a $35 order on my website. If you place the order online, I'll just automatically mail them to you. And then you'll get a little video from me on how to put your projects together. But that is coming up. It's the second Tuesday of the month, and I look forward to crafting with you guys soon. Bye!